I want to welcome everybody to the first of our 3 question and answers. I'm happy to say that I received no questions from anybody. So Elder Shemaine and I quickly made an agreement and she manufactured 4 questions for me. Yeah. Because it will be a rebuke to the French members for not asking any questions. Let's open with a word of prayer. Holy God, we thank you that we have the freedom and liberty to ask you questions. Any question that comes upon our hearts, we are free to ask you. Please bless us and guide us as we try to understand better the truth for this time. You are the only one who has the answers. In Jesus' name, amen. So, I'll go with the questions that I've received. And then I'll open it up to if anybody here's got questions. Before I do that though, does anybody have a question based upon the studies that we've been doing? Nobody? Okay, that's good. And does anybody have questions on other subjects that they'd like to ask? Got to put your hands up if it's a yes. None? Okay, 4. So, we'll see how far we get. I've just received the questions. So just give me a second before I post. I'm going to post them on for the translators. Oh, now the questions are coming. Number 1. Why is the study of Revelation 17 present truth in our generation, and we focus a lot on it rather than Revelation 13 or Daniel 11, 40 to 45 or 45? 40 to 45. Who's translating? Right, that's right. So I'm going to shorten the question. Why is Revelation 17 present truth? Compared to other portions of Scripture. that the question? Specifically that. So let's turn to Daniel 11:40 to 45. So it begins, if you go to Daniel 11, it begins at the time of the end. And we know that to be 1989. Everybody okay with that? But it's not really 1989. It's 1798. So what I'm going to try to demonstrate, if possible, is some of the difficulties in these verses that I don't think are that easy to answer if you just stay here. Stay in this chapter. You need to go elsewhere, I think, to try to answer or to understand better some of these issues. So this is 1798. If it's a short answer, you can just shout out. If it's a longer one, then you need the mic. So in this dispensation here, what's just happened? Not the Dark Ages. We're in Daniel 11:40 to 45. The death of the king of the north. Are we all okay with that? And at the time of the end, shall the king of the south push at him. So I'm going to write it over the arrow, but we know where it points to. Death of the king of the north. Is that correct? So the problem with this verse, as hopefully we all know, it doesn't say the king of the north dies. In fact, it says the king of the north fights back. Do you agree with that? So someone said the king of the north dies. Is that actually correct? According to the verse. Because I just got a movement interpretation. Who's confused? Everybody understands what I just said? Except one. So we agree that the king of the north does not die. Everybody agree with that? So we've already got into the verse and changed it significantly. We've changed who the north is and who the south is. Is everybody okay with that? Anybody not okay? You're not okay? Two people are not okay. The north and the south are whom? Just about to ask Curtis. But we won't. Who's the north and the south? Just shout out one word. You've said you've got a problem, so do you know the answer? Who knows? Put your hand up if you know the answer. Who's the north and south? No. Egypt and Syria. Someone said Babylon. Did someone say who said Babylon? Good answer. Syria. Are we okay with Syria, Catherine? Yes. And Egypt. So that's what the verse says. And then we're going to change that to what I think Liberty said. To papacy. And you said France? Everybody okay with that? So we've made a substantial change. In the verse, who wins? At 1798. Who won? Who wins? The time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind with chariots, horsemen, many ships, and shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. Put your hands up if you remember, not if you remember the history here. Catherine, that's fine. We'll have the mic, please. Tell us what happened that agrees with this verse, or vice versa.
I say what I do remember of it. I'm not that clear on it. It's like a proxy war between England and France, I think. And it has something to do with a canal, I think. A canal.
Suez Canal. Suez Canal.
And the Ottoman Empire is restrained. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget a lot, but that's probably all I can remember.
I got Syria and Egypt here that seem to be fighting. Can you explain that?
Okay, I think England was using the canal to do trade. To trade. And France wanted to prevent them from using the canal. And I'm stuck there, I think.
They're all looking here. I don't know what they're searching for, but so that all may be true. But what's that got to do with Syria and Egypt? Besides the canal being in Egypt, I guess.
they were proxies, but
So can you describe the war between Syria and Egypt?
okay. Syria's the Ottoman Empire, I think. Ottoman Empire. So Ottoman Empire is working with, so which country is that? That would be, so the Suez Canal is in Egypt, right?
You're asking me? I have no idea.
Perhaps it ends up, is this the restraining of the Ottoman Empire in 1840? Can you ask another question, or I'm not sure what else?
Liberty's going to help us. I'm going to just make some changes. You carry on, Liberty.
So about Syria and Egypt, I think that history makes the word him in the verse one person. And that person is neither Syria nor Egypt. It's Napoleon from France. So we have Syria, we have Napoleon going into Egypt, and he was initially restrained. He was initially restrained.
Initially.
But later on he overcome Egyptian forces. Then he marches to Syria, and he was defeated there. So there are three elements in that history. The north being Syria, the south being Egypt, and him being Napoleon.
Just do that again for us. Quickly.
Repeat. Okay. So I was saying Napoleon is the him in verse.
Just tell us the story.
Okay. The story is Napoleon goes to Egypt, was resisted but eventually overcame
Resisted by?
Egyptian forces. And after the victory in Egypt, he marches to Syria, and he was defeated.
And that's the north?
The north is Syria that came against him.
And then what does Napoleon do?
I just know that he was defeated.
Who enters into the countries?
Not sure.
Who overflows and passes over?
It's the north. The north.
The north. Oh, so Syria's going to come against Napoleon. Syria's going to enter the countries and overflow and pass over.
But I No, I'm not sure if Syria is gonna do that.
Anyone else? So maybe after the class, you can all go back to Uriah Smith and have a quick review. So we have an accurate understanding of the verse. What we're clear about is that we're going to change all of that into something completely different. Yes? We're going to change it to a fight between the papacy and France. And after the colon, which says the South pushes at him, colon, we say that's 1798. And then the next part of the verse, we say, is the resurrection of the papacy, or the King of the North. Do you agree with that? So we're going to then say it's papacy part 2, and now when it comes back, it's not France, it's the USSR. Everybody agree with that? We can remember that. 1798, 1989. So we've completely reworded or redefined what that verse means. So if we're okay with that, then if we have the death of the King of the North in 1798, then what rises? Or then what happens after that? I've got the death of the King of the North, 1798. Then what? What does the verse say? Or what do you think happens next? According to our version of the verse. So, should I put resurrect here? Like that? You're smiling for a reason? You're laughing at me or him? She's laughing at you. You tell us what to write here then. I'm laughing at him. I don't think he's right, but I'm supporting him. There wasn't much to translate there. What are you saying, Regina? You said you disagree. So what do I write here? He has to hold the mic for you.
Okay, later I'll talk with. There's a hand there.
What? You're going to give me the answer later on? I saw her hand. She wasn't laughing at him. What do I write here?
I wasn't laughing, I was moving there.
You put the mic there. I don't know what you're doing. Just say, I don't know the answer.
I don't know.
Okay, plus it.
I have a question.
I want an answer, hopefully. But the answer to my question is, what do I put here? Because we're running out of time. You don't know?
I would say the rise of the King of the North.
So the King of the North is dead. So you want to resurrect the King of the North, yes?
It resurrects somewhere after 1798. Like when we take it from the verse 40, I don't see death and resurrection there.
I'm in verse 40. And I just want to know what verse 40 teaches. So what do I put here? It's on the board where it says resurrect. You said resurrect King of the North. Is that, you happy with that?
I'm not happy with the wording
Just
death.
tell me what to write. Where did death come from? 1798, France and papacy have a fight. France wins. Papacy gets killed. That's the movement definition or understanding of the verse. We made that up. That's 40 part A up to the colon. Then 40 part B is afterwards. So I've got 40A. And now I'm at 40B. Got to 1798. And I want to know what now happens. You don't want to answer. Can you put the mic to your mouth so that people can hear? Or not? I don't know.
Pass on the mic.
Anybody? At the back? No, Mike. What's your name? I forgot. William. Thank you.
I don't know if we can say
I just want the answer, not what we can't say.
1798 we say wound.
Wait there. 1798, you say it's no death.
It's not death, yes.
What happens in 1798? So I erase death? You want me to erase death and put what?
Yes, erase death and you put wounded.
And after 1798, then what?
Died in 1799.
I'm not doing that. 1798, death.
Okay.
There you go. I want to know what happens afterwards according to the verse.
It's a resurrection.
So you're okay with the resurrection of the King of the North here?
It's not okay.
What's that?
It's not okay. I think it's not okay.
Then tell me what to put.
1798 it's wound.
On the board it says 1799.
Yes.
Death.
Death is 1799.
I got that. After that now.
It's a resurrection.
So he says resurrection of the King of the North. You say that's correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Anyone else? So now you know why we don't go here. If you want to phrase it that way, yes. No one else. No one else? Justina. Walk faster. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I think we can't have.
Just tell me the answer.
We need to go somewhere else to find information.
I'm not anywhere else. I want to know what happens here.
In the verse, nothing happens. In the verse, we can't see.
In the verse, we can't see. Of course, we can see in the verse. It's just that you're not very good at seeing. So have a closer look. Has to be in the verse. You said you're not speaking, and now you're whispering. If you want the mic back. No one? Okay. Dies in 1799. 1798. Stays dead. In the verse. Didn't go anywhere else. Stays dead. 1989. Now what? Put your hands up. Over here. Don't use any words from the verse.
This is where we see the resurrection of King of the North.
Justina? Is it double S? One S? One S or two? Justina? Similar to what? Sorry. To one, two, or three?
Three.
To three. Okay. Resurrection of the King of the North. We all okay with that? So we'll call that 1, 2, and 3. And where's 40 part B? Just tell me the number. 3. So we're all okay with that? And this is the colon. Who's not okay with that? She didn't put her hand up. So she must be okay. If you're not participating, that's fine. Everyone okay? Who's participating? Okay. So if we're okay with that, what did you say? That means unbelievable. We're doing it the other way around now. Go ahead, Monica.
I have 2 questions.
Before your questions, do you agree with what's on the board? Just the graphics? No. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Is it working? So you agree with that? Do you agree with number 1?
No.
So come back to what's in the brackets here. Do you agree it's the papacy in France?
Yes.
And what happens when it says, at the time of the end, shall the king of the south push at him? What does that mean?
King of the South,
Names.
France defeated papacy or won over papacy.
I didn't hear the... France did what?
Defeated papacy.
What does defeat mean?
Take their power.
Kill or wound?
Won't.
So it doesn't kill the papacy. Ever. Like you're not doing the 1799 thing. So the papacy is never destroyed, ever, at the time of the end.
Fully destroyed. It just lost power. It never died. It never died.
So it's alive, and it has no power. And you don't define that as death. Tell us how
No.
you define death.
Death is also a loss of power.
So death is a loss of power. So why is this not death, but this is loss of power?
Because they then come back. They did not die.
Coming back is not a definition that it didn't die. I want you to define what defeat means. Unless you're going to say sometimes it's death, sometimes it's not death. So are you saying if something is defeated and it never comes back again, it's dead, but if it's defeated and it comes back again, it's not death?
I just don't see death and
If something is defeated and it comes back again, that wasn't death. But if it was defeated and it never comes back again, then that is death. That's the definition you've given me, is that correct?
death means to stop existing.
In 538, do the legs stop existing?
No.
So the fourth kingdom does not die.
It transforms.
It doesn't die.
No.
But it's defeated.
transforms into something else.
So it's not defeated.
Not from the external
Just yes
source.
or no, it's not defeated.
No.
So from 538 to 1798, Rome is doing all well.
It is Rome in another phase.
So that's yes. What happens in 1798 to Rome?
It's defeated.
Who defeats Rome in 1798?
France.
Who is Rome in 538? Who's Rome in 538?
So we would say Papal Rome.
No? You said it was transformed in 538. That wasn't a papacy. That was Rome. So, who's Rome in 538?
You mean?
Caesar's. And who's Rome in 1798?
The states, still. The European states.
Not the Caesars. Yes? Who defeats them in 1798? Rome. Rome is fully functioning, you told me. So Rome must carry on past 1798 unless someone did something to them. They're not going to come again, they must be dead. So someone must have killed Rome. The way you have modelled that.
I see I got stuck. I got stuck. I have to rethink.
Okay,
But-
so I'll leave it there.
I have a problem, but
Yeah, so we'll leave it there. You can have a think. So I'll carry on. Seems to me that unless someone says that this looks wrong, demonstrates that it's wrong, then I'm forced to stick with this model. So if we go back to number 1, I've got France and I've got the papacy. Everyone's okay with that? Who is France? Anybody? Justina, if it's one word, shout. France is the king of the south. Please don't do that. France is Rome, isn't it? And the papacy It's not even funny. Rome is France is Rome, and the papacy is what? It's the church. It's nothing. So, no, it's not even funny. So, in 1798, what's happening? Rome is doing what? If you've got questions, leave the questions. If you've got answers, put your hands up. In 1798, can someone give me a narrative or not, or I'll give it? The state, you've got to put your hands up if you want to answer. Tato.
Is
Not France,
okay.
Rome.
Rome, ne? Rome is the state is. I don't want to use persecuting the church, but it's.
I didn't understand what you just said.
I don't want to say
No,
it's.
just tell us what you want to say.
Okay. It's overthrowing the church.
So he said the state is overthrowing the church. Curtis?
In the lead up to 1798, there's a relationship between Rome and the church. And then once you get to 1798, France comes and breaks up that relationship, kills it.
Good. I wanted to do it here, but I'm going to do it underneath because I've run out of room. This is a continuation of this. Yes. So I've got church over state. If I can say it that way. Maybe we don't know that in the verse. But we know that there is a relationship. In 1798, that relationship is severed, broken. And the way it's severed is that the state breaks away from this relationship with the church. So we had a church-state relationship and now they're separated. Separation of church and state is defined as death. That's how we use that term, death. So there's a separation. So we've got church and state separated. Before that, we've got church and state together. So, 1798 to 1989, what have we got in this dispensation? This one is the waymark, and then we've got something here. What do we put here? Someone besides Tato. Tato. It's a different Tato. Different.
There's no relationship.
I want to write something.
You just put the state.
The same.
State.
State. So I'm going to put church separated from state.
Yes.
So it's a continuation of the 1798 waymark, which is what we've got here. 1798 death stays dead. If we're okay with that, hopefully. 1989. What happens? Someone said resurrection. What's the resurrection?
And then you see the church and state coming together again.
Church and state at the waymark, and then
It continues.
then he continues. If we're okay with that, that's the same as what we've got here. So let's just label them. Who's the church? Papacy. State. So we'll put Rome, or we'll put Europe. The European kings, maybe. Church. Papacy. State. Church. Europe, sorry, Europe. Church. So now we're not sure. Church. Okay. State. Church. Okay, people feel the traps coming, so they don't want to answer here. People called Curtis. What do we put here? Got papacy. Not mixing with the USA. 1989. USA. Now. And so we see there's a problem. The more you go into the verses, the the harder it gets. So we'll try to see if we've got room here. What's this way, Mark? Sunday law. Now we've got church, what? Church and state. Put it in parentheses so it's for the waymark. And church and state. What's this at Sunday law? So we don't know. The state. This one. Enters. So the church and the state are working together, and the church and the state are still working together, and the church and the USA are going to enter into the USA because they're going to attack something now, aren't they? The glorious land. So I don't know what the state are doing here. Is that the glorious land or is that something else? This state here, what is this? Underlining it. What's this? What's this USA that's been marked there? This church-state relationship. Is that the glorious land? So that's not the glorious. So that is that SUSA? Yeah? Or no? S. There's a S there. State. Is that? I got USA. I'm confirming that that's correct. You agree? On it's USA. So in the verse 41, it says, he, which I think is the king of the north, enters the glorious land. So maybe we'll do that. So we'll put king of the norths now. We'll come to here. Church and state. Who's the king of the north? Church or state? King of the north. Next one. Is this one? Next one. Who is the king of the north? Church. Next one. Same? Is it always going to be the same? No. Are we okay so far? So it's always the king of the north. So the king of the north, the sea, the church, is going to enter into the glorious land. And what's the state doing? This USA. Or is all this picture kind of like wrong now? Curtis?
The king of the north needs a way to enter into the glorious land. So it gets help from the state. To do that.
So I've got the USA entering the USA. Well, I've got the church entering into the USA with the help of the USA. So if you can explain that to me, Shemaine, it's your question. So the church needs the help of the USA to enter into the USA. So does that mean the USA is, the glorious land is opening its arms and say, come? Or is there a spy in the US, in the glorious land, that lets the church in?
Daniel 11, 40 to 45, I don't understand it.
So I don't understand it. Oh, sorry. I don't understand it either. So I thought it might be useful to go somewhere else. Mine isn't working properly. Not properly. No. It is now. No, I've got kicked out. Yep. Go fast. I hope we're doing what they're doing at the front, which is talking and trying to work out the answer while we're waiting, instead of just sitting around doing nothing. Talk, work out the answer. You can't ask me. You can ask them. No, you ask them. I don't. The glorious land. Glorious land is United States. Oh, working? Did you want some clarification, or you wanted to ask some? I'm not connected. I don't need to be. I'm just letting you know. I don't need to be connected. Okay, so ready to start? We had a technical problem, so we're restarting. What's on the board now? If I call this 1, 2, 3, 4, we're just at the end of number 3, at the Sunday law waymark. In number 3, we've now lost track of who the church is. I'm not sure why we lost track of it, but we did. And after that, after 1989, we don't know who the church is, according to the board. I got half that amount. I got half that. Okay, so then I'm asking at the Sunday law, number 4. That's this arrow that I've just done. The glorious land is the USA. Glorious land is USA. You agree with that? I asked a question. This S state, who is it? And I was told it was the USA. Someone said that. And then I asked, is this USA the same as this USA? And I was told that they're different USAs. This one here, is that different to this one? There's, I'll call that USA 1. Can I do this 1 all the way through? Is that all the same USA? And this one's the USA Glorious Land. Is USA 1 the same as USA Glorious Land or different? I was told that they were different. So I don't know if we agree with that. So then I asked, who's entering into the glorious land and how? According to this picture work, the church, which we don't know what that is, with the help of the USA number 1, is entering into the USA glorious land. And at this stage, I have no idea what any of this is talking about. Because although it has the semblance of the Time of the End magazine, it doesn't seem to be exact match with that document. And the reason is, I think, at number 2, separation of church and state, then in 1989, it said there was an alliance with the church and state, which was the papacy in the USA, to punish the King of the South. So we'll leave that bit out. But in the Time at the End magazine version, it's portrayed this way, I think. 1989, Sunday law. 1989, what would I write here? We're on this line. So Curtis says church plus state. I'm going to suggest, according to Time of the End magazine, it's just church. The state bit was economic and military strength to destroy the King of the South. That's what I remember it saying. Then it kind of has a gap. The Sunday law, it says the church enters the glorious land, which is the USA. And I don't think that the Time of the End magazine says there is the USA 1. I don't remember it saying that. I might be wrong. It says there is a USA King of the South. If you don't like that, there's a USA which is economic and military. And that's used to bring down the King of the South. And that's it. End of story. Curtis. So you tell a better story then.
I just want clarification. When the Time of the End told that story, was it not saying that the church uses the state to bring down the King of the South?
Yes. That's what I've tried to show here. Church and state. Papacy. USA. Military. And economic.
Why is that different from when I said church plus state?
Why is it different between?
That's fine. It's church and state at that point. Job done. And then the church, papacy, is going to carry on, is going to now turn its attention in a different direction. And it alone will enter the glorious land after destroying the King of the South.
That's how you read the Time of the End magazine.
That's how I read it, yeah. I didn't read that the church uses the state, which is to be the USA, military and economic strength to enter into the glorious land. So this version, Time of the End magazine, is very different to this version that we've got here, which just looks so complicated. And because we've got such a more complicated version than the Time of the End version, I feel we need to go somewhere else to explain this. So the problem arises in 1989 when we've got in 3 places, because we don't know who the King of the North is. So I'm going to make a guess, and whether I got that guess from Revelation 17, or I just guessing. Let me suggest this. I'll just put me stroke us. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one. So we understand this. This is all correct. So we've got church and state, papacy and USA, and this is the King of the North. So we're okay there. And then in this history, if we said church and state, like that here, church and state. Like this, church and state. This is the USA, not Protestantism. USA, USA. Then this would still be church and state, and this is all going to be church and state. USA. So it's all USA. And then they're going to enter into the glorious land, which is the USA. It's all the USA. So sometime after 1989, the church changes. So the question is, this USA church and this USA state, are they the same or different? Have we got 2 USAs there or 1? We're only guessing, so it doesn't matter. No one will know. Nobody. I'll have a guess. I'm going to say it's the same. So now we've just got state, and we'll call it USA Church and State. It's all the same. So it's a very different concept than what Elder Jeff did. It answers who the church is, because you know it's not the papacy from 1989. You don't even need to use prophecy for that, because this is number 2. And you can see there's no papacy anywhere in the newspapers. And therefore you know at number 3 is pointed to the Sunday law. If there's no papacy in the news, which there isn't, the C cannot be the papacy anymore. And that's not guesswork. So something changed between 1989, the waymark, and number 3, dispensation. It was the papacy here, but it's here. It's not the papacy. So the question is, what is it? So I'm suggesting it's the USA. So now we just have the USA fighting with the USA. And that becomes really hard to prove in Daniel 11. I don't think you can do it. So you have to go to a completely different model of the same story. And it's my guess, and the guess of other teachers. I'm not saying we've had some consultation. I don't mean it that way. When I listen to what other teachers are teaching, like you're listening, that's the inference I'm getting. You turn to Revelation 17 to try to answer the problem of Daniel 11. Because we know the mistakes or the incorrectness of the Time of the End magazine version. Everywhere where it says here, here, and here, 3 places, in the Time of the End magazine, that's all the papacy. Or Protestantism, depending on what day you're going to tell the story on. Because they end up being the same thing. Protestantism and Catholicism. And that's just not correct. Because there's no Protestantism also in dispensation number 3. Let's close with prayer. Hopefully I've answered the question why we go to Revelation 17. To explain Daniel 11, 40 to 45. Holy God, we thank you that you guide, bless, and direct us. We hope that in our investigation of your word, our understanding of history, present day history, that we would be helped by you not to make mistakes. Thank you for the great work that's being done through this movement. I hope that you would be with us and bless us. Be with those who are in good health. Be especially with those who are in physical and mental pain. As we gather the last few moments of this day, we ask that you would share them with us and that you would fill our hearts and our minds with happiness. We pray in Jesus' name, amen.